Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with A Squared Line by Oddlyeven. This is a premiere for Oddlyeven. Thank you for joining the crew for creating adventure puzzles. We welcome all new setters. So what are the rules for this one? Well, they're a bit creative. So in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Additionally, we have these squares in the grid that are connected by lines. So what do they mean? Well, first we're going to take the sum of the digits on the line, and that sum is going to be the same as the product of the two digits in the squares. Product meaning you multiply them. So I don't know, let's try to get an example here. So if this was 3 and this was 5, their product is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. So we need these three cells to sum to 15, which actually we can't do. So that's a bad example, but hopefully you understand how that works. I mean, I can get to 15 with 3, 4, 5, but it reuses the 5. So, but if I could do that, then that would be one way to do it. There's no restriction on repeating digits other than normal Sudoku rules. So don't assume you can't repeat on lines or anything like that. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so the first thing I see is this. This is really interesting because the product of these two is this digit. So we can't include a 1 here, because if we include a 1, then whatever this digit is also here. Or, you know, obviously it's the same here. Whatever this digit is also here. And that repeats in the box, which isn't allowed by Sudoku rules. So we're going to need at least 2 times 3. But 2 times 3 is already 6. So that's the minimum and the maximum. It's the minimum here and the maximum here. So that is what it must be. There's no wiggle room. Okay, so that's a nice start. Let's fill these cells for lack of anything better to do. Let's see. So we are going to need a 6 up here. Does that limit things at all? I'm noticing this huge line here, and we kind of know its sum. The reason I say we kind of is because there's a little bit of wiggle room because of this repeated, or this digit that's counted twice when we do the row and column. But if we were to count the row and the column, they're both 21. So this sum is less than 42, but only up to 6 less than 42. So it's anywhere from 42 minus 6, which is 36, somewhere between 36 and 41. Now, what does that mean for these two digits? Well, I think these two digits, if they were both 6, would multiply to 36. So that must be what happened. We get these two 6s, and then we also get this 6 because we need this to add to the minimum of 36, which means this, whoa, that's funny, which means that this needs to be a 6 here in order to reduce the sum by the most. By having the largest overlap. Hopefully that makes sense. But also just Sudoku gives us the 6, so we don't even have to think about that beyond that. The rest of this will just work itself out, so we don't actually get any more digits, but maybe we can finish 6s. We can't quite finish 6s, unless maybe we can think about this a bit more. I don't think this can be a 6, because if this was a 6, these two would need to add to 36. And as we just saw, it takes more than one row to add to 36. Certainly can't do it in 2 digits. So this is not the 6, this is the 6, and that's the 6. There we go. 6s are done. In fact, how big can this get? I'm thinking it has to be a 1, because 2 digits adding to 12 would need to be 6 plus 6. So yeah, this has to be a 1. These add to 6. So they're either 2, 4 in any direction, or they're 1, 5 in this direction only. With the 1 here and the 5 here is what I mean by direction. We are going to need a 1 down here. Let's see. There's a 6 on this sum. There's a 6 in this product. Okay, so, and this can't be a 1. Let's see, if it was a 3, these would have to add to 18. 18 is too big for 3 cells. We saw that 4, 5, 6 was 15. That's the max. So this has to be a 2, which does mean that this is 1 and 5. Okay. And so now these add to 12. And actually, so we can do the outies, which might be easier. So we have 8 plus 12 is 20. So this has to be a 1. And so that means these are 3, 4, 5, which indeed is 12. This is also 3, 4. This is also 3, 4. These are 2, 5, and 3, 4. I'm not sure there's much to do with that right now. The 5 is up here for this 3, 4, 5 triple. Okay, so we probably want to think about this cell. So this can't be a 1 because it sees a 1, but also because 7 isn't the product of anything, it's prime. This needs to be an even number, so because the 2 times anything is even. That's kind of the definition of an even number. So this needs to be even, so it needs to be 2 or 4 because it can't be 6, which means these add to 8 or 10. So 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 5 is 10. The 5's over here. It can't be 2 times 5. So that's a 4, and that's a 2. That does work. Very nice. So we can clean all this up. We can get this digit. It's a 1. That places this 1, this 4, this 5 and 4, 3 and 5. Very nice. We just have this left, but let's get as much Sudoku as we can here. This is 2, 3, 5. This is 2 or 3. There's not much Sudoku left to do. This is a pair. Maybe these 2 pairs should help. 2 and 5 go here, and then 3 and 4 go here. So we need these to add to either 8 or 12. Well, okay, we already learned that 12 was too big. If I actually looked at the digits that were there, I would have seen that earlier. Well, that's okay. I just said 12 was too big, and I put in the wrong way. All right, that's 2 and 3. All right, so these have to sum to 8. 4s can't be involved in a 2-cell sum to 8. It's 3, 5. And I think this finishes the puzzle. This was really neat. Thanks, Oddlyeven. Let me finish the digits first, and then we'll talk about it. 3, and then we need 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Very nice. Well, thanks, Oddlyeven. That was a really cool puzzle. I don't think I've seen this constraint before, but you really walked us through how to think about it, which I quite enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this as well. And of course, if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.